Ladies and gentlemen, I am a little bit worried right now. I'm going to be completely honest. Now, before I tell you exactly what I'm worried about, as I tend to do with every video I make now, I make y'all sit through 2 to 3 minutes of backstory before I actually talk about the topic. You're welcome. I grew up playing Minecraft, a ton of Minecraft. That's like all I touched for years and years on end. That was a lie. I played Pokemon, I played Destiny, but outside of that, it really was kind of like just Minecraft and then like some mobile games here and there and like maybe Smash every once in a while or like party games or whatever with friends. My main game for years and years on end was Minecraft. I almost exclusively watched Minecraft content on YouTube. I stopped watching cable TV. It was only YouTube. The only games I would play is Minecraft. I was consumed by Minecraft for years on end, legitimately years. And I always found it interesting that I never consumed content from popular MMOs. I always knew he was a thing, or he, they, I'm going to refer to it as a he right now because it kind of is he right now. But back then it was a they, now it's not. I never really consumed any of his content. Like it just never appealed to me, never occurred to me. Maybe I didn't know who he was. I'm not really sure. I know back then I was of the headspace where I would have enjoyed the content that he was making. But I just like never ended up consuming any of it. And then eventually I grew up. I started watching less and less Minecraft content. Eventually got to the point where I was like only watching Hermitcraft, and then, you know, eventually phased out of that as well. And it was only around that time, whenever I was like strictly consuming Hermitcraft content, when I really started to hear more and more about popular MMOs, and like I started thinking like, oh, I should have watched him among a bunch of other like old Minecraft YouTubers from the time. But of course I just never ended up doing it. And I never ended up caring, like, at all, ever. Until just recently, like, maybe a couple months ago, whenever that video came out of him, you know, on the ground, drunk or whatever, unable to find his way home, and then eventually he got sent to jail for reasons I honestly don't remember and I'm not going to bring up right now. Now, I really knew nothing about him at all. I knew nothing about him. All I knew is that he's had some very unfortunate circumstances throughout like the past couple of years. Some bad relationship stuff, and then falling into alcohol, and then abusing alcohol, and then ending up in jail several times. And I kept seeing videos and posts throughout, just like here and there, spaced out for long periods of time, about this guy, about how, you know, he had so many people who loved him and so many people who missed the old him, and how he was just kind of like spiraling down and down and down. And I kept getting fed the bad stuff over and over again until recently he showed up on my TikTok.
Okay guys, third time making a TikTok. I literally am not losing access this time. I've been sober 100 days. Some of you guys know I've had some issues with alcohol and drugs. I'm actually sober. Life's looking pretty good.
And so I've like recently, every time he shows up on my feed, been like really surprised at his physique. Like, holy cow. He's insane. He's been doing crazy business. Now, of course, I was scrolling through his Instagram and I was looking at these posts, and I was under the assumption, and I was like, oh wait, okay, he's actually been doing serious in the fitness stuff. But you know, if you click any of these images, it's like 323 weeks ago. These are years ago. If you keep scrolling down, if it'll load and it'll let me, you're just gonna have to believe me on this. His Instagram account logs his like fitness journey for like the past like 9-ish years. And so this is really not of like the recent thing. The recent stuff, he actually made a video, 2 weeks ago now, where he does show some images of whenever he was like at his lowest.
So basically in these pictures, you're gonna see that I was incredibly out of shape. I lost all the muscle on my body. The doctors said I would be dead. By the time I was 40, my liver was failing. My pancreas had pancreatitis. I was doing bad, like really, really bad. And then I ended out in jail within a week of making that video before I ended out in rehab. But guys, check those pictures out, and yeah, stick around. I'm gonna show my journey with you guys. Love you guys.
Okay, so anyways, like, you saw how bad of a shape he was in, and I can completely understand. Like, I just showed the photos of before he started like falling downhill. And you know, he was very obviously pretty fit. And I know that it's like, once you get to that point, it's easier for your body to recover those muscles and come back. I understand that. But just seeing where he was at his lowest, seeing, you know, occasionally as he popped up on my feed, where he was at now, literally just seeing like the shape of his face, right? Lo and behold, I come to his I come to his Instagram to see what he looks like now, and I am met with this photo. Holy cow. Brother is doing insane. He looks so freaking good. Now that's some inspiration right now. I want to go to the gym right now so freaking bad, but unfortunately the only one I have access to right now is being renovated, and it will be till the end of the month, so I'm stuck. The one that I'm paying for, I can't go to. I'm working on flexibility. That's the best I can do right now, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, okay? He actually looks so incredibly good, and I am so frequently getting posts of his on my page where he's talking about his journey, about how long he's been sober, about what he's looking forward to, how he's moving forward, how he's improving, getting through like the community service hours and stuff, to, you know, deal with whatever like probation rules he has to adhere to. And he's very clearly trying so hard to improve himself and get to a better point. And honestly, I am so excited to see him get there, but I'm worried. I am scared because just yesterday, this video hit my page. I'm worried for him because there is a significant chance that he's going to end up back in jail again. I don't know how the law works whatsoever. I don't know anything about this. I have no clue how any of this works. All I know is that he said that there is a chance he would end up back in jail. So that's all I have. That's all I can go across. I'm so worried. Please, it was a minor mistake. It was a minor mistake. He's doing the hours. I keep seeing him posting about doing the hours. He's doing the hours. Honestly, that's about all I can say about it. I have been so excited to see how well he is doing. He is so inspirational. He's doing such a good job. I don't want to see him end up back in jail again. I do not want to see him end up back in jail again. Because if he ends up back in jail, there's of course a chance that something does change and his outlook does change after going back to jail, after doing all this stuff to work towards becoming better. I don't see that happening, but there's a chance it does, and I want to see him do better. Oh, I want to see him do better. I am rooting so hard for him. So I know I did not follow you at all growing up, Mr. Pat. I did not, but I am following you now, and I wish you more than the best. I wish you more than the best, and I want to see you become the best you that there's ever been. That's about it. That's about all I have to say. If you've been interested in this situation at all, here's the most recent update. There's a chance something bad's about to happen. Anyways, bye-bye.